Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with those lightning takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, I'm going to start by talking about Oscar Isaac, aka Poe Dameron. Yes, the
Sequel
best
trilogy, yay.
pilot in the sequel trilogy or something,
Yes, supposedly.
allegedly. Well, he does have a new movie coming out, that Frankenstein by
Oh, yeah.
Guillermo del Toro. That's coming out theatrically October 17th and coming to streaming on November 7th. It's one of the few Netflix properties that is actually going to the theaters. He actually now has talked to Variety. He was doing an interview about, of course, Frankenstein.
And he got asked about Star Wars.
And he told them he's kind of open to reprising his
Oh,
role.
he needs a new house.
Right, that was the joke.
That
I
was the
mean,
joke.
it
He
was it
said
was
that
it
in
was
an
a
interview.
joke that was
Yeah.
going to be a cash grab. It was in Deadline in 2020 where he respected his past experience as Poe. He said, I enjoyed the challenge of those films and working with a very large group of incredible artists and actors, prop makers, set designers, and all that was really fun. But he had joked that he would probably return if I need another house or something.
Yeah. In other words, I don't want to go back to that. It was
It's,
fine,
it's fine,
but
but unless I need money.
yeah, a lot of money too.
Yeah. Like I said, this was a joke, and we've always joked Oscar Isaac, he won't come
Yeah,
back.
it's
He
been our
said he's
running
not
joke for
coming
years
back.
at this point, yeah.
But now he's kind of implying that he's open to the idea of being Poe Dameron again.
They're
But
offering him a
that
lot of money.
it would take more than money. It would take
Oh, a good script?
yes. He said, yeah, I'd be Star Wars again if there was something good to do with that. He's implying that he's looking for an actual story this time.
What a concept.
Right. I think he's now gone the way that all of us as fans have gone and realized you need to have some substance behind the flash.
I am assuming he has been approached as probably all of them. If the Ray
Mm-hmm.
movie is really a thing, if the rumors we hear about the
The
saga,
end
Ray
game.
saga,
Yeah.
Endgame, even if it's not true, even if they are going all in on Ray, you got to assume they want to bring back those characters, right?
But it's interesting because I feel like this means that they've talked to him.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine too. And he's
Just like I
probably
think they've talked to John Boyega because he's
certainly,
a lot more open than he was after Disney did him dirty.
yep. I feel like they really think they can salvage the sequel trilogy, which is
Mm-hmm.
a fascinating concept to me because I'm not so sure.
I mean, that's a challenge. I would almost like to see you try to salvage what was there without
Okay.
uncanoning anything. Everything's to remain canon, but how would you fix what has been
What
written?
would I do with the next? That's a
And
fun
you can't have
challenge.
everybody wake up that it was a dream.
I don't know. I think I'd have a lot
I
of fun
think
with
it's an
that.
interesting prospect. How do you fix the sequels without retconning it, without making it a dream sequence? Everything has to be where the pieces just lie at the
I
end.
seriously think I'm going to take that on. I think that's a fun challenge because I think it's
Mm-hmm.
impossible.
Well, it requires a lot of thought, more than I could give it in this
Yeah,
brief video of how much time it would take to actually write something I feel like fans would be good and okay with.
and I say it's impossible because there are certainly some in the fan base, and I don't think they're wrong for feeling this way, but they don't think you can salvage them, nor do they want to see it salvaged. They were so disappointed in them.
Yeah.
They're so disenfranchised by those characters that they're like, I don't want it fixed. Even if you did come up with a perfect story, I just don't want that fixed.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, well, you didn't. You had three movies to tell a great story with these characters and to attach to the Skywalker saga and to make something epic, and you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want you to keep trying, even if you would potentially get it right this time.
Absolutely, I can agree with that. I mean, we've talked about how they should just jettison off into the future and see where this
Yeah,
goes.
I think that's their best bet. I honestly think that is the smartest thing they could do with Star Wars is to move 1,000 years into the future. And anytime again you want to reference what happened in the past, well, a Skywalker restarted the Jedi Order after the
Mm-hmm.
Sith took over the galaxy. And is that Rey Skywalker? Is that Luke Skywalker? You get to decide.
You do
Or
get
is
to
the
decide.
EU canon? You get to decide.
Right, I kind of like the leaving it open to a little interpretation.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest thing they could do.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. All right, next I have some fun stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Disney did recently release the original script for Andor Season 2, Episode 9, or as they call it in the script, Pilgrim 2, Welcome to the Rebellion.
Yeah, that's the episode where Mon gives her speech and then Cassian
Mm-hmm.
gets her out. Yeah.
Now, the reason they released that is because, of course, for Emmys and stuff, they need to give as much as they can for the nominations, for actually earning them and all that. But there are some really fun notes from reading the episode script. First off, fantastic writing. I feel like because I was reading it, that I can get a better insight to the characters through the writing than even was portrayed on screen, because you kind of get a little bit of the inner monologue of what they're feeling when they're saying things. So if the actor didn't quite get there for you, you could just read what their like motivations and things are, and I found it very interesting as a read. Another thing is they mentioned a senator from Ilum, which of
From
course
Ilum?
didn't make it to the final cut because Ilum doesn't work.
Why would they take a
Ex-
senator from Ilum?
Exactly. They don't really know Star Wars super well. They're like Ilum, yeah, sure,
Well, how did
senator
they
from
hear
Ilum.
Ilum? I mean, I'm assuming there
No,
are
the
no
story group
settlements
must
on
have had
Ilum.
that removed
Okay.
because
Yeah.
they
Like, it's
changed the
just
senator.
yeah.
And senator from Ilum, it doesn't work.
Curious. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where they got that name from. If you're like not a Star Wars fan, and I
Oh,
said,
maybe they're
"What
like,
do you think?"
hey, where the lightsabers are from Ilum. Oh, yeah, let's make a senator from Ilum because it's Kyber and it's
I
related to Gorman. And so they probably thought, let's do it with a place that could be having a similar issue to what happened
Oh, I
on
see what you.
Gorm.
Okay, I kind of think maybe
Yeah, it's a
if they were like,
similarity. And they thought,
yeah,
let's have the senator who might next be affected by what happened there speak,
okay,
or
like they
help
have a
Mon
kyber
to
crystal like selling business or something.
Or just because they know what their resources
Yeah.
are. But yes, they did eventually decide that they couldn't use that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good decision.
It's a problem. Other things that I just thought were really funny is the F-bomb is in that script so much.
Really?
So much in the screenplay. A lot of F's in that screenplay. Gorman F'd him up. F the Empire. Even in the notes for actors, everyone's watching the stream except Selko, who's wondering where the rest of his team has gone. Caloris, F this, pulls the comm. Luthen and Clea walking away trying to be cool. She's effing with her comm. Everything's breaking down. Clea, I'll find them. Shut the F up. Cassian nods. F it. Draven relaxes. Some of the S-bombs got put in there too. Bale, we do what we can. Tear the S out of this place.
He did say that
He
too. That
did.
one did make it.
That one
Yeah.
did make it. But a lot of just the background distractions. 2 rooms, front and back. Cleaning S.
Okay, so what you're saying is the
It's
writers
like-
have a profanity problem.
It's just vernacular for them.
Yeah.
Because this one was specifically written by Dan Gilroy, but
Okay.
I just think it's kind of humorous. That
I would
there's-
imagine when the brothers
that,
get together, there's
yeah.
a lot of profanity tossed back and forth at each other, as boys tend to do.
People then, of course, because I then went to Reddit to see what they were saying about it, and they were like, yeah, there was probably a lot of that in The Last Jedi, too. Ryan Johnson's cut. Luke tossing his saber was like,
Tosses.
like, what the F?
I don't need this piece of.
Well, they're saying that the actual fact that the script said Rey is dumbstruck, what the F?
Oh,
Like, that's supposed to be, that was supposed to be in the actual original. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But, of course, obviously, she doesn't say that. That's just she's thinking, what the F?
No, she's probably not thinking that. Not with the
Wow.
F, because the F
According to
word
Ryan
isn't-
Johnson, that's exactly what
Oh,
she is thinking,
yeah.
is what the F. Not Carablast or anything.
Yes.
What the F?
Yes. All right. On that note, that's all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, F that.